Oh, hey there, I didn't see you. Did you know that beer and wine are getting as popular as each other when it comes to food? People are actually now pairing food with beer. When you're pairing with something that's quite light, you want something fatty, crispy, that cuts through that acidity, cuts through those bubbles, cuts through that alcohol. And I'm gonna show you how to do just that. Wait, don't touch my Heineken. I'm so excited. It's cheat day. So today I'm going to show you how to do a quick, crispy chicken skin and crispy pork skin recipe, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So for the best pork to use, I usually like to go for belly, and what you want to do is try to get as much of the skin as possible without getting the fat. So you really need a nice sharp knife to make that happen. So what I like to do is put the skin side down and kind of first run my knife right where the fat meets the skin, and then just pull it back as you go along. It doesn't have to be super tidy because you can always go back and run it through another time. And again, very important to have a nice sharp knife, or else it's not gonna work properly and you're gonna get something very uneven, which is not what we want. Of course, when you're doing this, all these lovely bits is basically pure lard, so this is absolutely fantastic to cook with. If you want to bring any flavor to any dish, and if you want to cook some chicken, if you want to cook some pork, if you want to cook any of this, keep that lard. It's absolutely amazing. You can put it on toast, on the toaster, and it just gets nice and soft and moist and absolutely delicious. Usually, let's say for about 4 people, you want to go for about 10 strips. So you keep that on the side. We're good to go for the pork. Now for the chicken. My tip for chicken, the best way to get the skin off is probably asking for leg quarters, because these have a lot of skin all over. If you get a whole chicken, obviously that's gonna work just fine. And what's lovely about chicken, all you have to do is really remove what attaches the skin to the actual chicken leg. So once those little filaments are taken care of, you can literally just kind of be a barbarian with it and just pull everything off just like that, and comes off properly. You want to take even the big fat bits like here on the side, use your knife to kind of just take that off as well, because that's where the flavor is. What you usually look for in a nice piece of chicharon is that nice crisp exterior, but then you have that nice almost moist interior, which is what I love the best. So by getting those thicker parts of fat in the skin, that's how you get that texture that you want. What we're gonna do now is just boil everything for about 30 to 40 minutes. What we're looking for is that fat to just kind of rise up. Now, once you've boiled it, we need to dry it. If you're really hardcore, you can actually dry it outside under the sun. If you're like me and not so hardcore, you can just put it on an open tray in the fridge for about 2 to 3 hours, or preferably overnight, and then we can deep fry it after. So we're gonna boil some water in a big pot. What we wanna do is just season it with about 1 or 2 pinches of salt, because you really wanna get that flavor into that pork and into that chicken skin. So very simply enough, the first thing we're gonna do is put our pork in. So this will go for about 30 to 40 minutes. You'll know it's ready when you have that white, like icky stuff coming to the top of it, which is basically just the fat. So you skim that off in order to drain it anyway. So that goes in for 30 minutes. Once our pork's been there for about 20 minutes, the chicken skin's gonna take a little less time because it's more fine. So it'll take about 10 minutes to go in, so it should be a total cooking time of both pork and chicken for about 30 minutes, which is absolutely perfect. So we're just gonna drop these in as well. So once everything's been boiled, we're just gonna drain it like this, so you remove all the water from it, very simple. Then what we're gonna do is chop it up into manageable pieces, depending on how big you like your chicharon. You just I like 1-inch pieces, so we're just gonna cut that up. And then what we're gonna do now is either, if it's a very sunny day, you can actually leave it outside for about 10 hours maybe. It gets nice and dry. If you don't have that luxury of sun, what you can do is just put it, like I do, on the fridge overnight, so you'll see the color will darken, will get nice and almost, not crispy, but it'll get harder, kind of like leather. And that's what we're looking for, and then we can deep fry it. So you'll see after overnight, it'll get a little darker, both the pork and the chicken. If your pork, like mine, has a little tramp stamp, doesn't really matter, it's hardcore pork. And then we're gonna put that into our oil, and hopefully what's gonna happen is just like popcorn, and you know you'll be done. So pork first, because it takes a bit longer, and then follow up with the chicken. Chicken, very easy. Wait till it looks like chicken joy, and you're basically ready to go. So once you've drained everything nicely from the oil, you'll see it's nice, light, and crispy. You can almost hear it. It's supposed to sound like that, nice and dry. What we're gonna do now is just season it really easily. So I'm gonna put that into my bowl here. You'll see that everything is nice and crispy. It only happens like this if you've actually rested it for a while. You can't eat it right away. I know you might be really excited to do so. Problem is, it's just gonna burn you. So what we're gonna do now, just a little seasoning. So I've got some salt from the top, something really simple. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of smoked paprika, just a little pinch of that in there as well. Bring that nice smokiness to everything. And then we're gonna transfer everything into our bowl here. And so everything's perfectly tossed and seasoned. I really hope I get that crunch I'm looking for. That's exactly what I wanted. Nice, fatty, crispy, well seasoned. Goes perfectly with a nice beer. Just that complement of that fat, you need some alcohol to cut that down. When your friends are over, watching TV, watching a game or something, this is the absolute perfect snack to have. Now, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/FatKidInside. Also, please do check back next time for more videos. See you guys.